Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for Hunter x Hunter episodes 2 and 3. I've gotten 2 episodes of Hunter x Hunter, 7 episodes of Black Clover, 2 episodes of Seven Mortal Sins, what else did I work on? There was a few others that I worked on over the weekend. A fairy tale episode. Not sure what else, but between tomorrow and Tuesday, I should be able to finish Seven Mortal Sins, get caught up on I'm a Spider, So What, get further along in a bunch of other shows, at least. But, yeah, I am working on recording you guys, so you don't have to worry. Anyway, episodes 2 and 3. Second episode, they arrive at the port, and the captain tells them to head to the tree at the top of the hill that they see because it's a shortcut to the exams. At first, Leorio doesn't believe them because, there's a bus that's supposed to take them there to where they're supposed to go, but as he's heading to the bus, he hears a couple of people talking that apparently it's a trap and that all those buses never arrive at their destination. So he turns around and goes right after the others who were heading in the direction of the tree. And one of the other guys that was on the ship heard this and followed them the entire way until they got to the town that was near the tree. And they were stopped by people who were hiding and told they had to answer a question in order to be able to pass and go on to try and, take the 100 exams. The guy from before, Gon, actually noticed he was there the whole time. The guy who came forward and answered, he was given a question essentially that, what was the exact question that, your mother and your true love were in a perilous situation or something, or a life and death situation or something like that, and you could only help one of them. Which would you help? You can only pick your mother. You can only pick answer 1 as your mom, or answer 2 as your true love. And the guy answered your mother because you only get one mother, and you can always get another lover. And I'm like, well, that's kind of rude to your true love. And the lady told him to go on ahead. And Leorio got annoyed because, and I actually agree with him on this, that anybody would answer that question differently. Because not everybody is going to give the same answer. There's no real right answer. And what was his name? Kurapika? I think that's how you say his name. If I'm saying it wrong, let me know. He essentially realized that, yes, there is no right answer to this question. And he tries to tell Leorio, but the lady tells him, don't you dare say anything. And they are given their question. You have a daughter and a son. They have both been kidnapped. And you can only rescue one of them. Which one do you rescue? And I think one was for one of them and 2 was for the other, essentially. And Leorio was obviously angry and frustrated about this because how can you choose between your children? And he didn't say anything, and he told the lady to count down, and she did. And she got to 0, he went to attack her, but Kurapika? If I'm saying it wrong, let me know. Stops him and tells him that silence was their answer. They couldn't give an answer, and the lady said, that's right, you can go on ahead. And they opened the doorway to where they were supposed to go in order to get to where they were supposed to go, because the guy from before planned to lay traps for anybody who went that way, and he didn't go that way. He just went on ahead down the street, and they opened doors from where they had come through for them to go through. And before they could leave, Gon was just sitting there trying to figure out the answers to that question, because he said essentially, what if I'm put in a situation like that where I have to save one or the other? How will I make the decision? And obviously you would want to save everybody, but there might not be a chance to, And you have to hope that if that ever happens, you have to be able to know that you would make the right decision. And the lady, essentially said that yes, there could be possibilities of that happening in the future if you were to become hunters, and you have to essentially prepare for any eventuality where that could happen, because if you're put in that position, it's going to be kind of hard to make that decision, especially if it ends up being someone you care about, That's why they give those questions. Anyway, they make their way towards where they have to go, and they were supposed to meet with a couple that would show them where they're supposed to go if they prove themselves, essentially. They get there, and there's two creatures attacking them, and Leorio stays behind to take care of the wounded husband, while the other two go to take out the creatures and get the wife back. Gon hits one of them, and apparently they can talk, and he chased after the one he hit, while the creature actually dropped the woman, and Kurapika grabbed her and tried to make sure that she was okay. And turns out that he thought that Leorio had shown up after he had promised to keep an eye on the man, and attacked him, thinking that he had abandoned his duty, and turns out it was another one. And he actually suspects that the woman is not who she is, or who she claims to be anyway, and yeah, something's definitely up. And then Gon realizes the one he chased down was not the one he hit, because it has a different voice. He could tell a difference between the two, and it turns out the Navigators are a family, essentially, a family of, dang it, what were they called? Hang on. Come on, where's the next episode? Episode 3. No, I meant, no, hang on. I forgot what they were, wait, what am I doing? That was the same episode! Oh my god. Hang on, it mentions what they are. Kirikio? Whatever the heck they're called. I am butchering these pronunciations. I apologize for that. Anyway, it turns out that they are a family of those creatures, and the husband and the wife that they thought they had to save was actually the son and daughter. And they all passed due to different reasons. Leorio being really good with medical stuff, and apparently could be like a doctor if he wanted to. And was really good, showed a whole lot of compassion and empathy despite, the whole situation. Kurapika realizing that, that wasn't the wife, and that something was up because she had a tattoo on her arm that apparently women in that country wear if they've had a vow of chastity, essentially, like a nun. And apparently it was fake because she rubbed it off. And for being able to figure out the difference between the two, despite the other two not being able to. And they were able to pass, so the four of them ended up bringing them to where the exams were going to be held. It makes me wonder, what happened to the guy that went ahead of them? The one who had followed them the entire time? What happened to him? Did he just not get there? Or did he eventually get disqualified? I don't know. Anyway, episode 3. They arrive there, and apparently the exam place is nearly impossible to find without a navigator. And when they get there, it's a restaurant. And I'm like, yeah, hide the place for the exams in a place that you wouldn't expect it to be. And when they went inside, he gave them a password to show, yes, I brought a few people for the hunter exam. And where they were at was in an elevator. And while they're heading down, the two, Kurapika and Leorio, get into a debate on why people become hunters in the first place. Leorio claims it's because, the benefits of being a hunter, earning a lot of money. I mean, money and all that is good and all if you're like struggling, for example, financially, and you want, the benefits of all that. I mean, that's a fine reason to be a hunter. But no, Kurapika, I'm sorry, I'm butchering the names. I apologize. claims that that people become hunters for, honor and all the goody stuff of being a hunter. And I mean, there are probably people that do that, but that's not the only reason that people become hunters. Thankfully, Gon didn't have to answer that question before they arrived. And there were apparently, counting them, there were 405 people there to try out for the hunter exam. They get approached by someone who apparently has tried to do the exam, 35 times? And he seemed like a nice guy. I mean, he pointed out a few people of interest. And, the clown guy, I know him. I've seen, small clips involving him fighting Gon later. And Gon getting his ass kicked. But yeah, apparently this guy can somehow turn someone's arms into flower petals because some guy walked past him, bumped into him, and then suddenly his arms disintegrated into flower petals. So yeah, I can't remember what the guy's name was. Torpico? Whatever the heck his name is. The one who was being all friendly with the Gon and the others, claimed he was a psycho, and I'm kind of inclined to agree on that one. But yeah, he pointed out a few people of interest, and he tried to give them juice as a token of friendship, but it turns out this guy is the rookie crusher. He tries to mess with the rookies that try out for the first time, and I guess get them to try and leave and not participate. I guess he's there to thin out the rookies or something, but it turns out the juice was laced with laxatives, and surprisingly, Gon was able to tell that something was wrong with the juice. He didn't know what it was, but he knew that something was bad with it. Thankfully, they didn't drink it. And it turns out that there are also another couple people that he wasn't able to mess with, like the ninja guy, for example. And the other kid apparently drank the juice and wanted another one, and he didn't get affected by the laxatives. And it turns out that poisons don't affect him, which makes me wonder, if they don't affect him, then why would you drink another thing of juice knowing that there's laxative in there? Even if it doesn't affect you. Still. So yeah, that kid, I am curious as to what's going to happen with him. And the announcer guy shows up to lead them to the next phase of the exam, and 404 people are competing. And I realized something was off with the number 404 because the last one to get a button was Gon, and his was 405. So somebody got disqualified before the first phase even started, and at first, I didn't know who it was. After I recorded, I realized it most likely was the guy who lost his arms. Because what are you supposed to do without any arms in this situation? Especially considering who knows what you would have to do during the exam, so if you don't have any arms, you're kind of screwed. So most likely it is that guy who got disqualified. If I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, apparently this is going to be an endurance and mental test of your mental health and endurance, because you got to be able to chase after this guy and keep up with him the entire time, and who knows how long that's going to be. And he's picking up the pace to where you have to run. So yeah, this is a test of endurance and how long you can keep going, essentially. So yeah, this show is definitely going to be interesting. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you all next time.